I think I told this before. I just got it on the WhatsApp. I mentioned to you, I think, that I won't say it's a friend of mine, but in 77, the same time, Yosuke Sasonkin or Sasonko came out of Russia as a kid with his father in the 70s. And he became subsequently, he was Mashpia Fanash in Miami. His father was a famous Rabbi Sasonkin, remember him by the Fabrengen. Tremendous Bali Mesiris Nefesh. He had tremendous Keruvim from the Rebbe when he came out. He was just a wonderful guy, always. Most cheery disposition I ever met of a person, always with a smile, laughing. So his son, not his son, but his sons collected the stories his father would share by Fabrengen. And puts them on a WhatsApp from time to time. So when I was in Seattle, Nissan, my son-in-law, was a friend of his. He just shares with his friends, told me about it. He says, I'm looking for stories every day. So I got on, I asked to be on the chat, and he put me on as well. I'm gonna find him.
How old's his son?
He's got to be the same age as Nissan. How old is that?
Younger.
Yeah, younger. So here, this story is the name of Rabbi Mendel Futterfest. The Mendel tells, I think I've told the story. So Mendel says, I guess we'll read it. It says in English, read exactly as it says. Written very. He was a very prominent doctor. He was well known for his expertise as for his kindness and his willingness to speak about all these great qualities and kind deeds. One time, his doctor was traveling. When his wagon passed by the Chassid of Icha Disna, Allah Shalom. Disna was a famous Chassidic town from which many Chassidim came. He was a Chassid of the Reb Marash, the Chassidic Reb Marash, and the Fidik Rebbe, famous Chassid, a big Ovid, very clever fellow. So he's traveling on foot on the same road. So when he sees the Chassid, the benevolent doctor tells the wagon driver to stop the wagon and invites the bitcher to join him. As soon as the horses started moving again, the doctor began as usual to speak about the wonderful things he did. Patient comes to my practice, doesn't have money or goods to pay for my services. I treat him for free and with the same respect and professionalism as I would for a paying patient. The bitcher listens and calmly responds. He does the same thing. Unfazed by this odd response, the doctor continued. When I see this patient who can't afford my services, also can't afford to pay for the medication he needs, I give him medication for free as well. Once again, the bitcher calmly said he does the same thing too. The doctor persists. And when I see that this patient needs long-term treatment, I give him everything necessary for the entire process until he regains his original strength and health. The bitcher patiently let the doctor speak before again replying that he too does the same thing. Strange back and forth continued for a while, with the doctor elaborating on the many benevolent ways he treats his poor patients, and the bitcher's response remaining the same throughout, that he also does the same thing. Frustrated, the doctor finally turned to the bitcher and asked, how is it possible that whenever he speaks of the kind ways he treats his patients, the bitcher says he always does the same, even though he isn't a doctor of any sort? The bitcher smiled and said, my intention was very simple. I only wanted to tell you that I too enjoy telling others only the good things I do. And those things that I do, which aren't so proper, I make sure to tell no one. Same thing. Okay, the Milsa, the B'dichas, with a Karl from
finally, a